This is Raine and welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, tuturuan ko kayo kung paano gumawa ng super trending na ube cheese pandesal. Now, this one is requested by my mom, pero yung gusto niya kasi pandesal. Pero I decided na why not ube pandesal, ube cheese pandesal na lang ang i-share ko sa kanya. And of course, para din sa inyo, since super trending nga itong pandesal na ito, kind of pandesal na ito. So why not share this with you guys, and then I hope magustuhan nyo. So if you wanted to know kung paano ito ginagawa, just stay tuned. At kung hindi ka pa nakasubscribe sa channel ko, just click the subscribe button and push that notification bell para updated ka sa latest videos ko. Let's go! Alright guys, so this recipe actually is a from Chef Jimbo de Panadero. But before that, before we proceed, since recently it was Mother's Day and my mom requested na sana gumawa ako ng video with English kasi nasa UK siya ngayon. So para ng mga friends niya, she can share it with them. So I will try my best, mommy, na mag-English with this recipe. Medyo mahirap ito, pero I will try my best to share this video in English version. Okay? Pero Taglish na lang, okay? Para mas madali pag medyo nahirapan ako, okay? So let's start, guys. So here's our recipe for today. Actually, I will share this with you sa aking sa description box, or lalagay ko na, I will put the ingredients on the description box so you can just check it out. I have already weighed this. So I would prefer, guys, na you would weigh the ingredients because it's much more ang tawag nito, accurate kapag magme-measure tayo ng mga ingredients. So what I have here is a 1,000 grams of bread flour. I have here the yeast. It's an instant yeast. I used SAF Gold instant yeast. 4 grams of Magimix yellow. This one is a bread improver. If you don't have it with you in your country, or kung nasa man kayo, if you don't have this bread improver, that's fine. You can omit this in your recipe. What I have here is 170 grams of sugar. You can use white sugar, but I use wash sugar or light brown sugar, whatever sugar, basta sugar, you can use it. 20 grams of salt. And I have here 500 grams of water, but what you can use on chef's recipe, he used 400 grams of water and then 100 grams of milk. But if you have milk, that's fine. So, but I don't have milk right now. This is the ube flavor. This is very important for this recipe. But if you don't have it, that's fine. You can use ube halaya, the one the pure ube. But this one is a ube flavoring, ube powder flavoring. But if you also have the McCormick ube flavor, you can also use that. And 2 eggs. Alright, so we will start by combining first the dry ingredients. So I have here the bread flour. Also, one technique, guys, in bread making, you don't mix the yeast and the salt because salt kills the yeast. So what we'll do is we will add first the salt, and then let's mix this in the bread flour, and then we can now then add the yeast and the bread improver. Again, if you don't have bread improver, that's fine, because the purpose of the bread improver is just added softness on your bread. So, if you're going to sell the bread, you can use the bread improver. And then let's add sugar. And the important part is the ube flavoring. So this one, it's adding flavor on our bread. So I have Let's mix them all together. So I hope, Mommy, you will understand this na. You can share this with your friends because I have it in English version. So let's just mix the dry ingredients. Oops! Sorry. So let's just mix the dry ingredients and then let's once it's mixed, fully mixed, you can now add the wet ingredients. Now, the shortening, if you don't have, I'm sorry, for chef's recipe, he used butter. But in this case, I will use shortening. The purpose of the shortening or the butter or the oil is just to lubricate when you are kneading the dough. But for this one, I'll just use the shortening because I have tried this before and it's good. So we can use it. So we're just gonna make a well on the dry ingredients and then let's add the egg. So 2 eggs. And then let's add half of our water. So I will share a technique, guys, because some of you are having problems with kneading because it usually takes time, like more than an hour for manual kneading. But if you do have a mixer, that's fine because it will you will just take around like 30 to 40 within 30 minutes your bread is already past the window pane test. But for this one, since we're going to be doing a manual kneading, the water is around 50% of your flour weight. So this will be kind of sticky. Later, we will rest the dough. But first, we have to mix them. So mix lang. Okay, so this one is not fully mixed na, pero I'm gonna transfer over sa ating table. So this will be the hardest part because we're gonna be kneading the dough. Gonna scrape off the remaining dry ingredients. So it's kneading time. So basically this recipe takes, you have to prepare it for 3 hours. So you have to really spend time on this. So 1 hour for the first proofing and then syempre assemble time and then another 30 minutes for the second proof and then the oven. When you're going to put it in the oven. So it usually takes about 20 to 30 minutes. Okay, so let's knead this. I'll just use some shortening. Again, you can use butter. If you don't have butter or shortening available, you can use oil. And I wanted to thank Chef Jimbo for sharing this recipe to us, especially for us homemakers. He's the one really, I watched his video, so I learned a lot from him, like the water proportion, like that. So if you have time, you can follow his Facebook page. Just search Chef Jimbo de Panadero in Facebook. So there. So let's just knead this for about 15 minutes. So I'll be back after 15 minutes. I'm just gonna knead this dough. So Okay guys, I'm back. After 15 minutes of kneading, so this will be the texture of your dough. So, but we still need to knead this until we reach the window pane test. We'll do the window pane test, but for this one, it's still not yet ready. So we still need to knead this. But for this one, I'll just rest this for about 30 minutes so that the gluten will continue or develop, so that the gluten will develop. So yung previous bowl ko a while ago when I mixed the dough, I will still use the same bowl. I'll just add oil. So I'll just add oil, like about 3 tablespoons of oil. Spread lang natin siya on the bowl, on the sides of the bowl. Then we will just leave this dough to rest for about 30 minutes so that the gluten will develop. We'll cover this with a cling wrap. Yeah. Okay. If you don't have a cling wrap, you can use any towel, just so that there's no air inside. So this is it. So we'll just leave this to rest for about 30 minutes and then we'll back. Just so to assemble with the cheese. So while we're doing this, or while we're waiting for this one to rest and develop the gluten, I'll prepare na the ube and the cheese for the filling of the pandesal. So I'll be back. Okay guys, I'm back. So while we're waiting for the dough to rest for about 30 minutes, I'm going to prepare the filling. So I have here the ube and the cheese. So you can choose whatever cheese you have, but I have here, I used Eden cheese and then ube halaya. So I will weigh this. So 5 grams for the cheese and then 5 grams for the ube. So I'll just cut in. There, 5. And then the ube. So that it's gonna be ube cheese pandesal, diba? So we have the 4, 5. So this will be our filling. So 1 cheese and 1 ube. So we will do this later. So once the dough is rested, then we can assemble this, and these are the filling. So it should be 10 grams altogether. Okay guys, so after 15 minutes of kneading, di ba na-rest natin siya while ago for 30 minutes, and then we knead it again for another 15 minutes. So we will test now the dough if it's ready by doing the window pane test. So if we're gonna be doing the window pane test, we're just gonna get some, and if you can see na stretchy na siya, and then you can see through na siya, ganyan, then it's good. So now we can let this rest for another hour until it doubles its size. Hi guys, I'm back. So after an hour of resting the dough, let's check. Okay, there you go. Ayan, let's see, diba? It doubles its size. So we have to punch the dough to release the air. Para ma-release lang yung air niya. And then what we'll do is, ito na yung time where we going to cut it. So we'll have to cut this muna in half. So I'll cut this in half. And let's weigh let's weigh this. So this dough is 1,037 grams. So approximately siguro mahal. Another one, itong second. $970. So we have almost 2 kilos. So we'll set this aside first because we're going to do the baston. I'm not sure kung anong, I don't know what's the term, but the English term for baston or the baking term, but we'll just spread this. If you have a roller, that's fine. But I don't want to use a roller now. Just want to spread this into a rectangle. Let's roll this. Because we're going to cut this into 40 grams. 40 grams each. So a total of 50 grams for one pandesal. So, let's get our weighing scale and let's cut this into 40 grams. 30, let's add more. So, 31. Okay, that's fine. 41, that's fine. So, what I will do is I will just weigh this dough into 40. So, most probably we can make around 50 pandesals. I have cut the doughs into 40 grams. So what we'll do is gonna be doing the filling. So we're just gonna get one. The first one we cut out is the first one that we're gonna fill with the ube and cheese. So just spread this and then put in the filling. And then let's wrap this around and then press so that we can lock the filling inside. And let's roll this into a ball. So we're just gonna dip this into the breadcrumbs. So once we have filled this with the filling, let's wrap this around in the breadcrumbs. So what we'll do again is, this is the dough. We put in our ube and the cheese filling. Let's wrap this inside, press it so that we can lock the filling inside. And let's roll this into a ball. And then dip this in the breadcrumbs. Okay, so that's what we're going to do for the remaining doughs. We'll just preheat the oven for about 15 minutes. So this is the finished product, our ube cheese pandesal. So thanks for watching. Just like, share, and subscribe.